What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we got some super exciting news from Plarium about Ninja. Obviously, lots and lots of content have been made about Ninja and how he is returning back to the land of Raid Shadow Legends. That's awesome. Ninja was the first kind of like promotional free champion that they used in this new marketing thing to draw in new players, and I'm sure it was widely successful. They hit a home run by getting basically the biggest, online gaming personality or whatever roped into Raid Shadow Legends, and it definitely drove a lot of traffic for them, I'm sure. So if you check back into your shop, you'll see probably something here that allows you to claim Ninja. Ninja is going to be a 5-day login, so you have to log into the game 5 days, and you'll have until August 15th. There was a typo. It said August 20th. You have until August 15th to claim him, so you can get all the news here. It does say the 20th here, but it's actually August 15th. They need to fix this right away. But this is how you're going to get him. Make sure you guys check the news if you guys don't have him already. If you have him already, unfortunately, you guys can go kick rocks because you'll be offered this BS here. So you'll be we literally get nothing. So for people that don't have Ninja, you guys get 5 days worth of energy, plus you guys get a super powerful legendary champion. For people that already have him, you guys can go kick rocks, and yeah, you guys get nothing. So for me, literally nothing happens. It feels pretty bad. But in this video, I actually have something really interesting to talk about, and how the re-involvement of Ninja kind of opens the door up for other champions. And the reason why I believe this is a massive possibility that they will bring back future past promos, in the future, is that I noticed for Ninja, it's a very interesting coincidence here that the run date or time of this promo event directly lines up 3 years after Ninja was first introduced into this game. This leads me to believe that my suspicions were kind of true. That's why I looked at this video in the first place, is that they had a contractual agreement to basically not use Ninja's character or likeness in this game for a down period of 3 years, and then they brought him back. That's pretty interesting. Who knows how long we get Ninja back for? Looks like it's only for a limited time thing, but this opens the door for other promo champions to return back, given that they might be under something similar in terms of a contractual agreement downtime where they can bring them back perhaps in a limited capacity as well. So this led me down kind of like a rabbit hole of looking at past promo or login champions that we had access to in similar fashion to Ninja, where they're kind of based off real life characters or real life intellectual properties. So the next one up for grabs that we should probably pay attention to is Alexander, or Simple, CSGO player that was introduced into the game after Ninja, and his date of entry was December 1st, also 3 years ago. So it's possible December 1st we might see Alexander show up for a limited time again in this game, if they have the same contractual agreement as Ninja, which is a 3-year down period. I would imagine that it's probably similar, and it is in Raid's best interest to slip in something like this into a contract to basically rehash this old content that they have and bring it back into the game to drive interest. So I think we might see Simple sometime in December. Simple is an AoE decreased defense champion. He hits pretty okay. He was buffed, I think damage-wise, sometime along the way. He was kind of memed for a little bit when he came out. He just wasn't even close to like Ninja's power level, but he's a serviceable champion, probably okay-ish if he was like your only legendary in the beginning, since he does do some AoEs and he does hit okay-ish hard. But December 1st, probably look out for maybe something to occur with Simple around this time. After that, we had Rhonda. Rhonda is actually a very good champion, and she was in the game November 30th, 1 year after, so about 2 years ago. So this one would be a little bit further out into the future, where we would look into her perhaps as a 3-year champion to come back. So that means she would most likely come back sometime next year. So this would be like a 15-month downtime for Ronda to see her again. But it's actually exciting to think that she would come back into the game because she's actually a really, really good champion. And to come back in some kind of like free capacity would be even more awesome, of course. So after Ronda, we actually had Xena. Xena is a little bit different than Ronda, Alexander, or Ninja because Xena was actually part of a paid pass promotion. She wasn't a free login champion. She was never free. So only people that have Xena, they paid for Xena. Or they got lucky from a shard, I guess. She was part of some promotional shard events. But for Xena, she might not follow the exact same path as Ninja or Ronda or Alexander because those three were actually single sole proprietor people, where Xena here is actually the property of a studio. So who knows what kind of rights were locked into the contract when they did Xena, but she was November 10th, 1 year ago. So for her, it's going to be a couple years away, but again, it's exciting to see whether she actually will return into this game. She's actually a really, really powerful champion, and it would be good to have her back, especially as a free champion, of course. But we never know, right? It's going to be a couple years from now, and who knows how the game will be like in a couple of years. But strictly speaking, if Ninja's kind of contract blackout period was followed by all these champions, they would all be very nice free champions to have for any player. Lastly, following the same kind of idea from this intellectual property is actually the Monster Hunter series collab that they had with Raid Shadow Legends. So this one's the most recent one. It came this year in January. So if it was a 3-year contract lockout, it would be 3 years from now. But one of the craziest champions from this whole thing was actually RN Archer, who is actually a barbarian, which is kind of weird. Anyway, she's a barbarian. She's an insanely good Hydra champion. She covers the super rare combination of having Hex provoke in a kit, and then she has decreased speed as well. Just an insane champion, covers so many of the critical debuffs for Hydra, and then you can commit your other champion slots for like DPS and stuff like that. She enables a lot. But she's not available anymore, right? She was only available for a limited time. It would be cool for those champions to come back in some kind of capacity a couple years down the line. However, like I said, maybe a couple years down the line, it won't be relevant anymore because right now her only place is Hydra, and who knows, in a couple years they might release a couple champions that will cover all those debuffs properly. So coming back here to Ninja, it's actually cool to see that Ninja came back into this game because it actually opens up the idea that other champions, like the ones I mentioned in this video, have the opportunity to come back because having these contractual lockout periods makes a lot of sense for these sole proprietors and of course these intellectual properties. So it's interesting, but it also shows how strong of a champion Ninja is, that 3 years later he's come back into the game and he's still kind of used, whereas these other champions might not be used anymore. But we don't know where those champions will be in 3 years as well. So it's always cool to speculate, but getting new champions and getting exclusive champions is always going to be a good thing for the game because not everyone would have been playing when Ninja started. And same thing with all the champions that we just listed in this video. Not everyone would have been playing when Ronda was here or when Alexander, or even when the Monster Hunter series was first introduced earlier this year, 6 months ago. So it's always good to bring them back to give the exclusive champions back to the new players that are still in this game. But anyways, hopefully you guys got your chance to get your free Ninja. It's a really nice day for you guys because he's a great champion still. And it's a really sad day for players that have Ninja because we get nothing, which is kind of a missed opportunity for Plarium to build some goodwill pretty easily. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and found it interesting. What do you guys think? Do you guys think my predictions or reasoning make sense? Do you think that we will see some of those those past promos show up in the future? And any of them particularly exciting to you? Let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate your time. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.